here is, the point here is, why the difference between the school classification, now say they put A, B, C, D, E. Right? For the A, B, C, D, E. The point here is, in the schools, we don't find a systematic classification. In schools, we don't find a systematic classification. No systematic classification. They just put children. Now say for example, to your school, a new student come to your school. Okay? A new student is coming to your school. When a new student comes to your school, the school puts that student, okay, to a certain class. That class, okay, how do they decide? That class, how do they decide? That is the very first question. That class, they decide, okay, just they find which class has less number. Am I right? Am I right? Which class has less number? Let us put that child to that class. Okay, irrespective of the child's talent, irrespective of, and without analyzing what he or she is. Okay, they put the child to one class, whether it is a class that fit to her, not fitting to her, and nothing there. So, is it a systematic classification? Is it a systematic classification? No. It is not a systematic classification. In systematic classification, we need a research. Through the research, we make decisions. Okay, now for a simple example, even science sometimes fail. You know that one, panda, giant panda. Okay, we used to call panda is a bear. Okay, we used to call panda is a bear, right? Actually, science even thought panda is a bear. Later, the researchers told, after researching, they told, no, panda is not a bear. Panda is a group called raccoons. Keeping panda in the bears is totally wrong. Still among you, there are people believing that panda is a bear. People calling it panda bear. So, in a grouping, scientific thought, scientific research is very, very important. When you do according to the scientific knowledge you have, if you do a grouping, that is coming under classification. Okay, so classification, you are defined here, grouping organisms into different levels based on their common characteristics is known as classification. Okay, based on their common characteristics is known as classification. Okay, the next idea coming here is, why do you want to do classification? What is the purpose of doing classification? Actually, grouping, not only here, even in your schools, grouping gives certain idea. Now sometimes in schools you might have heard, A class is very naughty class. Okay, B class is, hello, oh, yeah, Anisha, நான் சொல்லுங்க மகன், என்ன செய்யணும்? ரெக்கார்ட் போட்டு தாங்க, ரெக்கார்ட் போட்டு தாங்க, போட்டு சார் ஓகே 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 ஓகே. ரைட், நான் பேசியே முடிக்கல. Right. So now in schools we have this idea now, pointing a certain class, that class very naughty class. This kind of attitudes are there. Yes or no? Actually, if you tell pointing a class it's a naughty class, is that mean everyone naughty there? No. Majority are naughty. Majority are naughty. Yes or no? Majority of them are naughty. Right? So that is one thing you have to understand. Point is this: in the world, do you know how many species? Now, how many species living in this world? Do you know how many species living in this world? There are about, according to a textbook, there are about 8 million species are living in this world. How much? How many million species? 8 million species are living in this world. Right. One person, how long he lives? Say one person lives for 100 years. If a person lives for 100 years, say 100 years, we don't live for 100 years. If we are living, it's lucky. For 1 year, average 365 days mean your total life length is how much? Your total life length is how much? 36,500 days. If you learn from the day you are born, if you learn, that's what I told average, Naveed, I know that one. If you learn one species from the day you are born, you can learn only 36,500 species. One species from the day you are born, you are learning. Until the day you die, you are learning. Up to 100 years, you are living. Then also, I don't get chewing gums. I get pussy. Kadla thingre. I'm very hungry. Right. So, is it possible for a person to study 8 million species in his lifetime? ஏசிக்கும் சேர்த்து பசி தங். ஓ அந்த ரஸ்க் கொஞ்சம் எடுத்துவாங்க. ஓகே வேணுமா? அது மரவழிக்கல நிறைய திங்காதீங்க. அதுக்காக வேண்டிய அள்ளி திங்க வேணாம், வளர்ந்து திங்க. ஓகே so in the grouping, okay, someone said possible, என்ன possible? Species mean I will later explain you species. இப்ப நாங்க உலகத்துல அவ்வளோ மனுஷனும் சேர்ந்து ஒரு ஸ்பீசிஸ். மனுஷனை தானே கல்யாணம் முடிச்சு கொள்ளையிலும், மனுஷனுக்கும் மனுஷன் தானே பிறப்பான். குரங்குக்கும் மனுஷன் பிறக்கிற இல்லையே. குரங்குக்கும் மனுஷனுக்கு பிறந்தா அது குரங்கா மனுஷனாங்கிறது பிரச்சனை, அது ஒரு பிரச்சனை. ரெண்டாவது குரங்கெல்லாம் கோச்சு கொள்ளும் கடைசியில. இப்படிப்பட்டவன் எனக்கு சொந்தமான்னு சொல்லு. அது வேற பிரச்சனை. இஸ் an estimation, ஒரு எஸ்டிமேஷன். இப்படியே that is research. நீங்க நினைக்கிற மாதிரி சின்ன விஷயம் கிடையாது. It's not a simple thing. It's a research. So research is giving. It's research. அது வந்து தரும் ஐடியா. Okay, lots of data, lots of people involved in it. So the point here is learning about. இப்ப நீங்க சில நேரம் கேட்கலாம், நாங்க இதுக்காக 8 மில்லியன் ஸ்பீசிஸ் பத்தி படிச்சுக்கொள்ளணும், எங்களுக்கு வேற வேலை இல்லையா? இது ஒரு கூட்டத்தில் ஆர்கியூமெண்டாக இருக்கும். ஓகே, நாங்க இதுக்காக 8 மில்லியன் ஸ்பீசிஸ் பத்தி படிக்கணும், எங்களுக்கு என்ன பெனிஃபிட் இருக்குது 8 மில்லியன் ஸ்பீசிஸ் படிச்சு அப்படின்னு ஒரு கேள்வி யாராவது கேட்கலாம். சிம்பிளா ஒரு விஷயம் கேட்கிறேன், நீங்க படிக்கிறீங்க தானே, இப்ப படிக்கிறது மட்டும் என்ன பெனிஃபிட் இருக்குது உங்களுக்கு? ஹிஸ்டரி படிக்கிறீங்க தானே, என்ன பெனிஃபிட் இருக்குது? லிட்ரேச்சர் படிக்கிறீங்க தானே, லிட்ரேச்சர் உழுந்து படிக்கிறீங்க, கிளாஸ் எல்லாம் போறீங்க. லிட்ரேச்சர் படிக்கிறீங்க, என்ன பெனிஃபிட் இருக்குது? அதை விட தமிழ் படிக்கிறீங்க, கிளாஸ் வேற போறீங்க, பேப்பர் கிளாஸ் வேற போறீங்க, செமினார் வேற போறீங்க, உளுந்து படிக்கிறீங்க, என்ன பெனிஃபிட் இருக்குது? So my favorite subject is mathematics. நான் ஏல மெத்ஸ் செஞ்சவன், நடுவழியில வாப்பாட ஆசைக்காக சயின்ஸுக்கு மாறினேன். I am not only a science teacher, I am a maths teacher too. Who told I am not a maths teacher? Mathematics have several benefits there. At least கடையில உட்கார்ந்து சரியா கணக்கு பார்க்கிறதுக்கு. No, Akif, not mainly. Both the ones are my main streams. நான் வந்து ஒரு இடத்துல டிசைட் பண்ணினது என்னன்னு கேட்டால், ரெண்டு ட்ராக்ல நீங்க வந்து ஈக்குவலா டிராவல் பண்ணும்போது உங்களுக்கு வந்து you have to spend, you cannot balance your time. இப்போ நான் வந்து சயின்ஸ்ல அப்படி டிராவல் ஆகி ஒரு ஸ்டெபிலிட்டி ஒன்று வந்த பிறகு ட்ராக்ட் இன் த மேத்ஸ். ஓகே, இப்போ 6, 7, 8, 9 கிளாஸஸ் ஒபிஷியலா போயிட்டு இருக்கு. நெக்ஸ்ட் இயர்ல இருந்து 10 வரக்காட்டியும் போகும். அடுத்த இந்த 22ல இருந்து ஓஎல் பேச்சஸ் ரிலீஸ் ஆகும். No. So maths have several benefits. At least பாப்பாட கடையில கணக்கு பார்க்கறதுக்கு, கூட்டுறதுக்கு, கழிக்கிறதுக்கு தேவையில்லையா? Amanaharos, if you like, we will start a maths class, no problem. If you like Amanaharos likes, let's start a class. Why not? அதுக்கு என்ன தொடங்கிட்டா போதும். Okay, so my children, grouping, right, is called classification. Classification, why done? The point here is, in classification, we can it's not that name, Amaranos, that's not the name. There's a name, mathematics with Rifan. Right, in the classification, one importance is easy study, grouping, okay, with certain common characters. For simple example, okay, now when I'm from Putlam, so when I tell someone I'm from Putlam, immediately they will tell a proverb. What is that proverb? எத்தலம் போனாலும் புத்தலம் போகாதே, புத்தலம் போனால் புத்தியோடு போ. You have heard about it now? Have you heard about it? No, it's a Putlam proverb. It's a Putlam proverb. Someone have found it. Now thing it is a person would have pointed this one, no, first time in the country. In the country, someone would have pointed it, correct? Right? Some would have pointed it. He would have met certain Putlam people and he would have a bad experience on that people. From that experience, he gave an idea, right? But one thing, now similar ideas. Now similarly, not every group of people, there's a blame on every group of people. Am I right? If you take Akrona people, there is something about Akrona people. It can come in a proverb form or talk form. Something is there. If you take a Madala people, there is something about Madala people. For every group of people, there are some bad things people keep in the mind, not the good things. Understood? I can tell every group's one. Okay? No one is perfect in the world, right? In the world, no one is perfect. If you take the Mavanala people, there are certain ideas about Mavanala people. Is there? So point here is, now when I go and tell I am from Putlam, without knowing my personal one, without knowing who I am, they don't know. They quickly come to the mind, you are from Putlam. எத்தலம் போனாலும் புத்தலம் போகாதே, புத்தலம் போனால் புத்தியோட போ. It's something like offending, right? Something they are telling you are a bad person, like. No, leave that one. The point it is, you are learning the group. Learning the group, okay, is easy for you. Although all the ones are not fitting. You showing a group, we can say those people are selfish. Okay, we are pointing a group as selfish. All the people are selfish. Okay, now in Kandy, certain group of people don't develop marriage contacts with a certain group of people among the Muslims. You know that one? Certain area people don't develop marriages with certain area people. Do you know that is there? It's there, it's there, it's there. I don't want to point which area problem, because here all the type of children are there. I don't want to point those things. So my point here is, you come to a common idea about the people rather than learning about individual person. Now say you take a group of people and decide, okay, they are not good. Is that mean everyone there is not good? Mean no. A majority are so. When some people ask me, why are you so, why people call எத்தலம் போனாலும் புத்தலம் போகாதே, புத்தலம் போனால் புத்தியோட போ. Why people tell this one? Some people ask me that. My answer, you know what I used to tell? What I used to tell? I don't go for defending. I don't go for defending. நான் வந்து இல்ல இல்ல அப்படிலாம் இல்லைன்னு சொல்ல போறது இல்லை. நான் என்ன சொல்றேன்னு கேட்டால், அதால தான் நானே புத்தளத்துக்கு போறது இல்லை. I am not easily going to Putlam. அதால தான் நானே போறது இல்லை. எத்தலம் போனாலும் புத்தளம் போகாது சொன்னதால தான் நானும் போறது இல்லை. எங்கிட்ட வந்து இதுக்கு கேட்கிறேன். அதுக்கு மேலே யாரும் கதைக்க மாட்டான். No one will speak about it. எத்தலம் போனாலும் புத்தளம் போகாதே, புத்தளம் போனால் புத்தியோட போ. Okay, right. So then they will not, or they will not put another word there, no. Okay, right. So my children, you are given certain ideas, significance of classification. The starting part வந்து கொஞ்சம் இப்படி தான் இருக்கும். Biology lessons அப்படிங்கிறதாலையும், it's a biology lesson and a classification lesson. I have to speak a lot. That is this subject's nature. Okay, you know that one. I don't speak in all the lessons too much, but there are lessons I speak too much. Okay, so that is decided by the subject, not me. Right. Significance of classification. Easy to study about organisms. Easy to study about organisms. Without studying individual organisms, you can study the group and come to a satisfaction. Okay, I know. Ability to identify specific distinguishable characteristics of an organism. Now, okay, I will tell you a simple example. Okay, and I'm going to display an organism to you. I'm going to display an organism to you. An organism I will first display the organism. Then we will come to the discussion. I am looking for the organism. I will just pick an animal. But I have something to tell you from that picture. Now I have got the animal's picture. Here is the animal. Do you know this animal? Do you know this animal? Okay, different people are writing different names for it. Right. The point here is when you look at this animal, no, it's a living animal. It's not coming in the ice age. It is not. It's a living animal now living in the world. Okay, it's now living in the world. Okay, let's stop it. The verb. Now, when you look at this animal, now you have suspicion whether it is a rat or a possum or something else. You don't have a clear idea. The point here is when I look at it, I can decide, it has a pair of outer ears. It has hairs on the body. Then I will decide it is a mammal. I will decide it is a, what is it? I will decide it is a mammal. Soon I decide it is a mammal. I will tell the details about it. It has a heart with 4 chambers. It has a pair of kidneys. Its body temperature will remain constant. It gives birth to the young animals and it feeds the young with milk. It gives birth to the young animals and feeds the young with milk. Most probably it would have a tail. It's in its urine, there will be urea. In its urine, there will be urea. It would have sweat glands in the body. It would have sweat glands in the body. Okay. So I can tell a lot regarding it this way. Right? It has a brain. In the brain, there are 12 pairs of nerves present. In the brain, there are 12 pairs of nerves present. Okay, my question here is, have I cut this animal? Have I cut this animal? Do I know anything about this animal personally? Do I know anything about this animal personally? No. Once I decide it is a mammal, I am able to tell all these ones. That is the nature of okay, classification. Because I have studied classification, because I know about the mammals, I am able to tell these things. Understood? Understood? I am able to tell these things because I have studied about the mammals. Because I know the mammal, the common mammal, not about that particular animal. So you can identify its features. This is a mammal. It has a pair of earlobes. Outside earlobes are there. Then it is a mammal. It has hairs in the body, so it is a mammal. You can decide it. One benefit. Third one, you see, ability to get an idea about the whole biosphere by studying few organisms without studying each and every organism. You can't study each and every organism. So you study few organisms. With the few organisms, you come to idea. Now I studied about mammals. In my advanced level, I studied rats, frog. These two animals I studied to learn about other organisms. And cockroach to study about invertebrates. Cockroach, everything I studied. Frog, everything. Cutting, heart, kidney, circulation, everything in full deal I studied. They are representative organisms. By knowing them, we come to an idea regarding, okay, who are the organisms you don't know, okay? For about them also you come to an idea. Then the whole world is known by you. Say you are going to a place, say you are going to some foreign country, say you are going to Somalia country. Suddenly you come across an animal. It has a pair of earlobes. So you know that animal, not the name, but the characters. Am I right? Okay. So this is how it is supporting. Another thing, ability to reveal relationships between different groups of organisms. Ability to reveal. Now we have something now. We say used to say man is born from monkeys. Man is born from monkeys. Don't tell this one. Monkeys are better. Okay. So, who it is? We say human is born from monkeys. How do you say human is born from monkeys? I will tell now you how human is born from monkeys. One, in this region, there is a ligament. This ligament is in the monkeys as well in the human. Monkeys using this ligament will move the ears this way. எங்களுக்கு ligaments இருக்கு. We have the ligament but not working. So we connect this. Monkeys have the ligament. One man came and told me, sir, sir, my friend can move this one. My friend can move this way. I told him, nothing to worry. Your friend is closer to monkey. We are little away from the monkey. We are little away from the monkey. Okay? Because we are little away from the monkey, we are not able to move it. In this place, the ligament is there. We have the ligament. Another example I tell you. In the back side, your hip region, there's a small bone there. This small bone is our tail. It's our tail. Our tail it is. The point here is the tail can move now. In the girls, the tail can move. In the boys, the tail cannot move. In the monkeys also, tail can move. What do you understand? What do you understand? Very simple idea, very simple idea. Female were born from the monkeys. We were born from the females. They are closer to monkeys. No, this is science. I am telling the scientific connection. So now say without just telling. Now one animal tell that way. Okay, one animal. Okay, an animal looking at that one face to face looking. Can you tell that we are born from monkeys? Face to face compare and tell that we are born from monkey. I want to tell you one more thing. In the world now, diabetes is one of the most challenging diseases at the moment in the world. Okay, in the world now, researchers are going on to now in the person there's an organ called pancreas secreting the insulin hormone. In some people, this pancreas is not sufficiently secreting the insulin hormone. They get diabetes. Nowadays, they go for an idea transplanting one animal's pancreas to human. They are trying with monkeys. They are trying with pigs. Many animals they are trying. You know which is the most successful animal to human? That is very closely. That means human pancreas and that animal's pancreas is very closer. It is the pig. Not only pancreas, it's the heart of the pig and heart of the human are well fitting. Understood it? Okay, fitting. They have found it. The thing is this now say a person have a weak heart. How a person has a weaker heart. Now he has to die. Weaker heart, no, he has to die. We are waiting until we get a donor. Who is a donor? A person who is brain dead and he is in coma. His relations are willing to donate his heart to another person. In that case, there's a donor heart we get. That donor heart we transplant. That means one person have to die to get the heart to make another person live. Can you understand the conflict? Can you understand the conflict? If it is pig, then we can just grow the animal, change the heart and go ahead. No. No need to worry about pigs losing the heart, pigs dying. And you don't need to wait. No, another person dies. He has to meet with an accident. He has to undergo brain death. Then his heart should be available. Those problems are there. In that case, no, haramilla. Now this is the thing. Now they have found it, but it has to be implemented in with the public. No, with the public. When you go for the public is a different character. No? Public have to accept it. They have to, the society have to accept it. Those problems are there. I'm telling the solutions, and it's not haram, it is not najis. One more thing. In the living animals, to human, the most closest one is they have succeeded in transplanting pig's heart to human. They have succeeded in transplanting pig's heart to human. Point here is, okay, without human desire, we can't do anything. Okay, we can't do anything. That's what I told you. Now you have religious beliefs, you have certain other ideas. I'm not coming to that. I'm telling only the ideas. Okay, another animal, chimpanzee, very closer to human. You might say, why? How do you say? How do you say? Very closer to human. I'll tell you an example. We human give the opportunity for a leadership. Okay, the opportunity for leadership to elder, experienced people. Am I right? When you come to the word leadership, we look for whom? An experienced elderly person. Better choice. Chimpanzee also has that nature. Chimpanzee also gives leadership to the whom? Elderly, experienced ones, elders. Another group of apes are there. Gorilla. You know gorilla. Gorilla has a nature. Gorilla keeps the elders isolated. You stay aside. Leadership is only for the youngsters. Leadership is only for the youngsters. Leadership is not given for whom? The elders. Elders are isolated. Keep aside. You stay. You are now old. Go aside. That is whose nature? Gorilla's nature. Now, if you met this with human, what about it? You can see human is closer to chimpanzee. Human is closer to chimpanzee. This is how you have to see the relationships. Without this knowledge, a person just tell, okay, gorilla and chimpanzee are related, unrelated. Without this knowledge, without this idea, do you think a person can compare this with? So there should be a bigger knowledge. Classification challenge is knowledge. Classification challenge is knowledge. Keep in mind. Right. So another thing it is identification of organisms with economical uses to human. That is one important thing. The thing it is science believe now in the world we are pointed how many million species are there? 7 to 8 million species are there. But science believe, it's a belief, there would be about 30 million to 100 million species living in this world. How many million? 30 million to 100 million species are living in this world, but they have found only 7 to 8 million. Very small number they have found. So who is remaining? A bigger group is remaining. 7 to 8 million only we are familiar. A bigger group is remaining without identified. Among those animals, now you know one thing you have heard about, okay? Yeah, every organism, even bacteria coming under species. Species mean those organisms, they should be able to reproduce and make the next generation. They should be able to reproduce and make the next generation. When that ability is there, they come to one group. Understood? One species. Now we say the people of the world are one species. Why? They can marry and make the next generation. So they come to one species. All the people in this world are coming one species. 7.5 billion. 7.5 billion people are one species. Like that, there are plant species, animal species, bacteria species, fungus species. Species are plenty. Are you clear? Are you clear? Right? So the point here is science believe in future, okay, in future, if there is a solution, now say corona, now take corona, they are telling they have found a vaccine for corona. You heard about it? You heard about it? Yes. And it is 90% successful. 90% successful, a corona vaccine. A Muslim husband and wife have found it. The point it is, if they find the vaccine for corona, what will happen to their income, to the present situation of the world? In an overnight, they will become billionaires of billionaires. Am I right? The whole world will give them the money and get the whole world. Now say, now in Kandy, there are certain advanced level teachers. That's a teacher. Okay, that's a teacher. He has 3,000 students in his class, Sinhala medium, chemistry teacher, 3,000 students in his class. So for one student, he is charging 1,000 rupees, in around 1,500 rupees they are charging. Say one student, they are charging 1,000 rupees. Then from one class, he is earning 3 million rupees per month. Okay, 3 million rupees per month. Then for 2 class, 6 million. Only in Kandy. He go to Colombo, he go to Kurunegala, he goes to Gampaha. Right? Now this is the thing. All the people don't earn that way. All the teachers don't earn that way. But there are some teachers. My point is, when he is nourished by students only, he is a billionaire now. When the whole world start to nourish that person, how he would be? When the whole world is going to pay the vaccine person, mean how his income would be? You understood it? My point is, this kind of researches are there. We don't have a permanent solution for cancer yet. We don't have a permanent solution for cancer yet. Science believes among the remaining plants, animals, and microorganisms, now 30 million are there, no? 8 million only found. Another 22 million to 92 million are there. Among these, there would be a solution for cancer. Say in the world, if they find cancer medicine, AIDS medicine, what would be the income? Okay, like this, if you get to know them, without knowing them, you can't do that one. They are very rich people. Don't say rich people, Amira, it is a simple word. They are very, very rich people. Understood? Fine. So, by learning them, you will find their economical values for what you can use them, what you can do with them, what is the benefit of this organism. Bad or good, you can use it now. Okay, that is possible by classification, identification of organisms with economical uses to human. Okay, next heading it is methods of classification. In the beginning, okay, do you know Aristotle? Do you know Aristotle? Yes. He was the first man who did the first classification of organisms. He did the first classification of organisms. He divided animals into two major groups, Plantae, Animalia in Greek. Plantae, plants, Animalia, animals. Who did it? Who did it? Aristotle. So, under methods of classification, two kingdom classification, you put a hyphen and mark it down Aristotle. Two kingdom classification, Animalia Plantae, put a hyphen and write his name. He was the man who told us that there are two kingdoms of organisms, Plantae, Animalia. Okay. After Aristotle, when time was going on, another man, his name is not in the syllabus. Aristotle's name is in syllabus. So I am telling this. Another man, his name is Ernst Haeckel, but we don't have it, don't write it, it's not necessary for you. He did a three kingdom classification. He was introducing one more kingdom. What is that kingdom? Aristotle gave us two, no? Another man came and gave us another one more kingdom, Protista. Now it became a three kingdom classification. In the Protista, microorganisms are there. Then another man is called Herbert Copeland. He came and told, not three, four kingdom. Animalia, Plantae, Protista, Monera. Then another person called Robert Whittaker, he gave us the five kingdom classification. The fifth five kingdom classification man's name is in the syllabus. His name is Robert Whittaker. Mark his name, five kingdom classification. You don't need those details, Hanan Hauser, just go ahead with the work. Okay? Robert Whittaker. Five kingdom classification. Only three names in the syllabus. Aristotle, Robert Whittaker, another name is coming to you. Okay? After five kingdom classification, another person called Carl Woose. He gave us a special classification style called three, okay, three domain classification. Three domain classification. Who did it? Carl Woose did it. Only how many names are in syllabus? Three names are in syllabus. Two kingdom classification. That man's name is there. Five kingdom classification. That man's name is there. Three domain classification. That man's name is also there. In between three kingdom, four kingdom, they are not mentioned to you. But at once from 2 to 5, they didn't jump. You have to understand that. In the book, they speak about two kingdom classification. Then straight they speak about five kingdom classification. Two kingdom to five kingdom, they fully jump. What I'm telling you is, it's not a straight jump. Two kingdom became three kingdom. Three kingdom became four kingdom. Four kingdom became five kingdom. What are the five kingdom? Animalia, Plantae, Protista, Monera, fungi. How many? How many? Five kingdom classification. Next it is coming, not a kingdom classification, it's a domain classification. It's a very different classification. He was giving us three domains. Archaea, Archaea, Archaea. எங்கேயாவது இந்த வேர்வல பக்கம் உள்ளவன் பேர் வச்சிருப்பாங்க போல இருக்கு. You have to, okay, you have to see their speech. You have to see their speech. Everyone have a slang. Everyone have a slang. They have a very different slang. நான் ஐயா கிட்டே ஜுவா கேக்கிய. That kind of style is there. Right? So, can you understand the methods of classification? Can you understand the methods of classification? Starting part will be this way. Right. In the classification, there are two types of classification. What are the two types of classification? Artificial classification, natural classification. Artificial classification, natural classification. In artificial classification, you are written doesn't show evolutionary relationships. Then what can you write for the natural classification? What can you write it for the natural classification? It's opposite how to write. It's opposite how to write. Then what are you writing for the natural classification? Shows evolutionary relationships. Complete it, complete it, complete it. Okay. Completed it. Shows evolutionary relationships. Now, another point is given. In artificial classification, to do artificial classification, we look at outer appearance. We look at the external appearance, how it's looking. I told you one story today, no? Panda in external appearance looking like a bear. Is it truly a bear? No, it's not a bear. So, looking at the external appearance, you make a classification. Most instances, that would be a wrong classification. Now, one person divides flying and non-flying, dividing the animals, flying animals and non-flying animals. Who are the flying animals? Birds will fly, bats will fly, butterfly like insects will fly. Am I right? Birds will fly, bats will fly, butterfly, mosquito like insects will fly. Non-flying ones, dogs, cats, okay, earthworm, human, fish, most are there, no, not flying. My point is this. If you take a bat, bat is a mammal closer to dog. Both of them are mammals. Cockroach is an invertebrate, not having any relationship with bat, only because of flying nature. Only because of flying nature, bat is staying with cockroach. If you look at, okay, cockroach has wings, bats have wings. You put them together. Are you doing a correct classification? Are you doing a correct classification? No. So, but one thing is that artificial classification is easy. Artificial classification is easy. Okay. Mainly artificial classification is based on economical purpose. Now say vegetable plants, fruit plants. Your economical things. Okay, ornamental plants. Amaranus, I will remove you from the group. If you break the class and ask unnecessary questions, in class. You are not concentrating the class. Only unnecessary questions you are asking. மத்த பிள்ளைலாம் வந்து படிக்குது. So external features are not helping to do a correct classification, but external artificial one is easy. Artificial one is very, very easy. Now in the textbook they have given an example. In the textbook they have given an example. I'll show you that example. Here, look at this example. We are dividing plants as ornamental plants, அழகு தார மரங்கள், herbal plants, மெடிசினாக யூஸ் பண்ற மரங்கள், poisonous plants. Now my question it is, an ornamental plant, can't it be a herbal plant? An ornamental plant, can't it be a herbal plant? Can. Okay, an ornamental plant, can't it be a poisonous plant? So if you take one organism, you can't put it to one group. You can't put it to one group. This is the challenge. This is the challenge. Right. So in the artificial classification, what are the features considered? What are the features considered? External features and habitat are considered. In the natural classification, my children, these features are considered. 4 features are here. Can you read these features? Morphological. physiological, cytological, molecular, biological features are considered. So, fill the second portion. Fill the second portion. Four types of features are there. Four types of features are there. Morphological features, physiological features, cytological features, molecular, biological features are considered. Okay. Third one, in artificial classification, one organism can be placed in more than one group. What is the opposite of this? Only in one group. Only in one group. Complete it. Complete it. Okay. Complete it. Put me a done mark. One organism can be placed only in one group. Last one. Introduced before 18th century. This one. After 18th century. Okay. So actually, after finishing this chapter, it is having around 15 pages. There is a short question paper for this. அதையும் செய்து முடிச்சீங்கன்னா தான் இந்த பாடம் முழுசா உங்களோட கைக்கு வந்து சேரும். அப்படி ஒரு பாடம் இது. Okay. I am asking you a question. Write a plant related example for artificial classification. This is the plant related example. Adil, if you don't like, you don't come to the class. I will take 15 days, I will take 50 days. Why do you want to worry? If you don't like, don't come. This is a special class, I do free. If you don't like, you don't come. Okay. Next it is animal example. Animals with wings and without wings. Animals with wings and without wings. No need these examples, so anything extra I am asking. I will not send the unit 3 set question. Unit 3 set questions. We'll see inshallah. Okay, okay, Adil. Carry on. Vishayam Pohanam. Okay, these kind of chapters are joyful, but it won't quickly move. The subject's nature. Okay, adum beginning la arave move agadu paadam. In the beginning, the chapter will not easily move. Okay, when you go to the later parts, it will move. Okay, so you are coming to the next page. You are coming to the next page. Hierarchy of natural classification. You are given a hierarchy, right? இதை பார்த்துக்கொள்ளணும். In the natural classification, this is how they are dividing the organisms. Okay, the whole organisms in this world, I'll come to this. The whole organisms in this world, all the organisms in the world are, okay, all organisms in the world are divided to domains. Understood? In that way, there are 3 domains they are in the world. How many domains? How many domains? 3 domains are there. Right? So they are divided to domains. Domains are divided to kingdoms. Kingdoms are divided to phylum. Phylums are divided to classes. Okay, this is how the division is going on, almost like a school. If we take a school, we are dividing the schools into sections. Am I right? Do you have sections at school? Yes, sections. Okay, sections are divided into grades. Is that one right? Sections are divided into grades. Grades are divided into classes. So one school, inside the school there are divisions. Inside every division there are grades. Inside every grade there there are classes. Like that only here we do the division. Like that only here we do the division. So the bigger group is home. School is the bigger group. Agreed? School is the bigger group. Bigger group is divided. Section. Section is divided to grade. So if you take a single grade and a section which is the bigger one, if you take a single grade and a section which is the bigger one, section is bigger one. If you take a grade and a class which is the bigger one, grade and class, if you compare, grade is the bigger one. That is how it is working. Domains are divided to kingdom. Kingdoms are divided to phylum. Phylum are divided to classes. Classes are divided to orders. Orders are divided to families. Families are divided to genus. Genus are divided to species. So, which is the smaller one here? Which is the smaller one here? Species is the smallest group. Smallest group is species. Biggest group is domain. Suppose group, here we use the word taxon. The smallest group or smallest taxon is species. The biggest taxon is domain. If you travel from domain to species, now compare to number of students in the school, number of children in a section is less or more? Less. Compared to number of children in the section, number of children in the grade, less. So here if you go this way, number of organisms are decreasing. Same time, right? If you take 2 students from a school, you take 2 students from a grade, in which one those children will have more similar characters? You got my question? You take 2 students from a grade randomly. You take 2 students from the school. Closing your eye, you catch 2 students from the school, 2 students from the grade. In which one they will be very closer? In the grade. In the grade. So if you go down this way, common characters are increasing. So the highest common character will belong to whom? The highest common character will belong to whom? Species. Highest common character. Okay, the least common characters will belong to whom? The least common characters will belong to whom? Domain. Domain will show the least common characters. So in the second page, you mark it down. Okay, these detail. I have marked the domain to species. Either side there are spaces, complete it. Okay. Probably your classes are first week and third week, no? Your classes are first week and third week, no? So next week is your first week. Next week is your first week. So again, we are meeting on next week, inshallah. Good night.